For a long time, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have been a mainstay of American television. During their lengthy marriage, in their storybooks, Hollywood regularly cited decades as an example of tenacity. But beneath their brilliant wit and smiles, a recent health issue revealed their most vulnerable and unfiltered moment. When Consuelos was admitted to the intensive care unit ICU, after a scary medical incident, supporters around the nation were appalled. With each new update, the image became increasingly unstable as the information came in. The most recent report from the intensive care unit shocked fans and supporters, leaving Kelly Ripa absolutely helpless and Mark in tears. It began quietly, almost dishonestly. They had been taping late all morning with Mark and Kelly. He has a resolute vigor about him. By evening, however, his pale face and feeble breaths revealed his glaring fatigue. He was circling his plate of food at dinner, and Kelly noticed that he was unable to eat. As he stood up, a wave of vertigo swept over him, and his knees gave way. As Kelly rushed to save him from the floor, a shrill shriek reverberated throughout the room. The paramedics showed up quickly. Witnesses described Kelly as being in great discomfort and having unsteady hands when she dialed 911. According to rumors, her neighbors claimed that her voice echoed throughout the building. "Stay by my side, Mark. I beg you, don't leave me." By the time the ambulance reached the hospital, he was already losing consciousness. After being quickly stabilized, Mark was sent to the intensive care unit ICU so that medical professionals could closely monitor him. Although the exact cause of his illness is unknown, people in the know believe it was related to severe cardiovascular stress. Kelly sat by his side for hours, holding his hand, and he hardly heard her, encouraging whispers. She vehemently objected to all attempts at food, rest, and separation. She wasn't Kelly Ripa, the star, a nurse said. She was Kelly Ripa, the wife, helpless, terrified, and desperate. The family eagerly anticipated the doctor's reports every day, which carried the weight of potential recovery or regression. But during one such update, the emotional wall eventually came down. Although the doctors declared that Mark was stable, they cautioned that the future was long and unpredictable. Issues can come up. Worst of all, there was no assurance that he would fully recover and return to his former level of strength. Mark reportedly broke down in tears when he heard those comments. "I never meant to be a burden to you," he whispered, turning to face Kelly, his eyes welling with sorrow. "I would rather our kids didn't remember me like way." Kelly couldn't stand it. She shook her head in protest and clutched his fingers even tighter, whispering. Cries. "Don't you dare say that," she replied in a tremulous voice. Mark's weeping continued as his vulnerability poured forth in a way few had ever witnessed. People who know Kelly describe her as strong, observant, and always in control. She felt powerless there in the intensive care unit. She reported to her friends that she had never seen Mark cry before, and sources said that when she attempted to comfort him, she was speechless because her words were unable to ease the obvious fear in his eyes. This time, she was disappointed by her words, which she had utilized to great success as a talk show host. All she could do was take his hand and cry with him. When Michael, Lola, and Jokin heard about their father's health, they immediately headed to the hospital. Michael, stoic and pallid, asked what she could do in an instant. Lola embraced her mother, her eyes weeping. "You're my hero, Dad," Joanne whispered to the youngest Mark and clutched his father's hand. "Continue as is." Mark's already strong emotions were only heightened by the presence of his kids. Witnesses claimed he assured them he loved them and publicly apologized for frightening them. Through social media and other entertainment channels, word quickly spread about Mark's crying and Kelly's helpless attitude. Many had followed the couple for decades, and they were all devastated. "It broke my heart to hear Mark cry," one ex-admirer said. "They have always been strong and have never faltered." "Seeing kids in this condition is unacceptable. I'm praying for Kelly," someone else said. "It must have been an awful feeling to see someone you love in suffering." The overwhelming amount of love and support showed how much the two had moved the audience. Kelly, who currently felt helpless, found strength and routine. She did a wonderful job of making sure her children ate, scheduling family visits, and keeping relatives updated. She took comfort from her faith, prayers, and the simple act of holding Mark's hand throughout the night. She was emotionally distressed, but she never showed him that she had lost hope. According to a reliable friend, "You're going to get through this," she said, repeating it every hour. "We are completely behind you." The doctor's report seemed grim, but a few days later, Mark began to show signs of improvement. "He's a certain color." In a heartbreaking turn of events, Kelly Ripa's husband and adored actor Mark Consuelos was recently taken to the intensive care unit following a serious health scare. As fans and loved ones struggle with the uncertainty surrounding his condition, the stunning news has caused a stir in the entertainment industry. Kelly's heartbreaking response as she witnesses her lover and best friend in an unspeakable suffering has exacerbated the emotional upheaval. It was an unexpected incident. Known for his warmth and charisma, Mark had a serious medical issue that sent him to the intensive care unit for immediate attention. Fans who are curious about what transpired and how it might impact the Consuelos family are alarmed by the public nature of his hospitalization. Even though the specifics of his sickness are still confidential, Kelly Ripa's emotional reaction to the news of Mark's hospitalization was widely shared on social media and by news organizations. In her characteristically open manner, Kelly has communicated her sentiments and thoughts to her loyal fans, revealing her pain and her undying love for her spouse. It is a devastating experience for Kelly to watch Mark in such a vulnerable position, and she never imagined it would happen so quickly. In a recent interview, Kelly stated, "I never imagined I would have to witness my husband in such a state," her voice shaking with grief. "He is everything to me, my partner and my rock, and it feels like my world has changed now that I'm witnessing him suffer." As she strikes a tough balance between providing for her spouse and upholding her professional commitments, Kelly's emotional toll is clear. Known for her lively and positive personality on Live with Kelly and Mark, Kelly has been under increasing pressure to keep working while Mark fights with his life in the intensive care unit. Despite putting up a brave front on TV, it's obvious that she has a lot of anxiety in her heart. Even in the face of uncertainty, Kelly has been by Mark's side constantly, providing him with love and support as his condition varies. According to people close to the marriage, Kelly has been by Mark's bedside for hours, holding his hand and muttering encouraging words as she has done everything in her power to support him throughout this terrifying time. Kelly stays at Mark's side in spite of the overwhelming situation, providing support during a period when she is also severely shaken. Longtime admirers of Kelly and Mark's solid bond have come together in support of the pair, expressing their overwhelming support on social media. Many people have left their thoughts and prayers for Mark's recovery on Kelly's pages, along with messages of love, strength, and support. Even during the most trying times in Kelly's life, her fans have shown their appreciation for her openness and emotional honesty. Even though Kelly has persisted in expressing her emotions in public, her private interactions with Mark have been intensely emotional. Kelly has reportedly been inconsolable at times behind closed doors, finding it difficult to accept how vulnerable the position is. She must now balance her work life with the desire to support Mark during his crisis, putting her roles as a wife, mother, and public persona to the ultimate test. The couple's prior public persona stands in sharp contrast to the current circumstances. Kelly and Mark are well known for their happy and seemingly ideal marriage, which have often been described as one of the best in Hollywood. Fans have always appreciated their sincere bond, and their public personas have always been revolved around their love for one another, their families, and their careers. It is now hard to conceal Kelly's personal suffering as Mark fights for his life. Every second that Mark spends in the intensive care unit serves as a reminder of how quickly things can change in life. The uncertainty surrounding Mark's recovery adds to Kelly's emotional burden. This struggle seems particularly tough for a woman who has always been known for her positivity and fortitude. However, Kelly's not fighting the struggle by herself. During these difficult times, she has received amazing support from her friends, family, and coworkers. Despite being naturally shaken by their father's illness, Mark's kids have proven resilient and have remained strong in the face of terror. Even though everyone in the family is affected, they all stick together and support Mark through this extremely trying time in their lives. Fans are supporting Kelly from a distance as she attempts to handle her personal loss while maintaining her professionalism. Many people are hoping that Mark will survive the heartbreak and that others will continue to find inspiration in the couple's love story. Kelly's fortitude in the face of such intense grief is a testament to her love for Mark's steadfastness and the depths of their relationship.
the future remains unclear at this time. Although the full scope of Mark's health problems are still unknown, one thing is certain. Kelly Ripa's response to Mark's health crisis is one of love, sadness, and resolve. The Consuelos family is more in need of their followers' support than ever at this trying time. Additionally, the couple's story serves as a powerful reminder of life's fragility and the value of cherishing the people we love. As they navigate this difficult chapter, the world watches and waits for a recovery that will return the couple to their joyful, energetic selves. Fans are clinging to the notion that Kelly and Mark will weather this storm together and come out stronger than before.